Hello, hello. Alright, so I had to push some of the client projects back a bit because got sick again, but bouncing out of it. And I wasn't going to hit this project till tomorrow, but I have a little bit of downtime right now. I figure, you know what? I'm not doing anything better, so um, I decided to just come and put in a couple of hours of work in here. This project really only needs about maybe 6 hours of work left in it, based on its current state. So either we set up some nice, good coffee and get it taken care of tonight, or I'll just put in an hour or two and leave the rest of it for tomorrow. So yeah, let's keep working. There's really not much to say. I like working at 400%. Seems to be a pretty good balance of the zoom level and brush tips and stuff like that. I'm trying to match the size of the brush. This might work. I'll put it on one, but it's like one is still too thin. But if I press hard on it, I can get this to match. So that's probably what I need. Okay, so brush stroke of one. And I'll just put minimum size of 0. I wonder if I could do a decimal point on the minimum. Let's try 0.1. Nope, it doesn't take it. Damn. Because when you have 0, you run the risk of having that line get broken. Okay. We'll use the good old outline mode to see what's underneath. And I'm going to lock this layer to make sure, at least for now, that we're not accidentally modifying it. And really, this particular patch is just to hide and blend that torso and the legs together, so it doesn't have to be too fancy. It does have to have some kind of black outline around the sides. This top part, I'm only drawing it because I need it to be a solid color. I'm going to be removing it. Modify shape, optimize. Let's see what 100 looks like. Yeah, it looks perfectly fine. And I don't really think I need to do anything special as far as wrinkles. I mean, I could, just for the sake of having some kind of wrinkle. It's too thin. Alright, let's hide these outlines. Smoothing that out a bit. I wonder if there's a keyboard shortcut for the smoothing function. That would be nice to be able to add that keyboard shortcut to like my Stream Deck. To be able to just kind of press a button to smoothen. I mean, I guess I could create my own custom command for that. I mean, I do have a couple custom commands that do something similar. Modify, let me see, somewhere in here I have some custom ones that I did a while back. Where did I put them? I don't remember. I don't use them that often. Optimizing. Optimize 50. There we go. So if I go to edit keyboard shortcuts, go to commands, somewhere in here there's a commands. There we go. So I've got a bunch of custom commands that I've put together. I'm gonna do this optimize 25. I'm gonna create a keyboard shortcut, Control Shift bracket maybe, something that nobody's using. How about Control Shift numeral 7? Yep, it doesn't seem to be do any conflicting. So now I'll go to my Stream Deck and I'll program one of the Stream Deck buttons to run that keyboard shortcut. Where's Stream Deck at? Come on. There it is. I'm just gonna put it, well, you know what? I don't use this one that much. I'm gonna delete it. Hotkey. Control Shift 7. What? That's not the right one. Control Shift 7. Numpad Home. The fuck? That might not work. That's so weird. How come I always run into shit that doesn't work? Control plus numpad home. Why does it do that? Maybe I can manually. Let's see here. Hold down Control. Oops. Hold down Control. And then Shift. Nope. Control plus numpad home. Why does it do that? I might have to modify my damn... See, this is the kind of stuff that kind of drags my productivity down. Well, let me see if it works either way. So let me see here. Maybe it's just the way that it interprets it. Yeah, it still does it. So, that's so weird that it does that, but it reads it wrong. It sends a different keyboard command, but I guess it's the equivalent. So now, anytime I want to optimize a shape, I could just select it and press my optimization button. It does it 25%. That's not bad. That'll work out just fine. It'll save me a lot of time, even though I probably spent a lot of time just putting that together. So let's see here. Just gotta throw all that away. What the heck did I just delete? I hope it wasn't important because I just deleted something without paying too much attention to what it was. All right, that hides it perfectly fine. And in those instances where the sprites will kind of pop up against each other and stuff, there's going to be that little line right there that just kind of... Maybe I should bring this down some. Yeah, that'll work. Does this have a hip region? It's a big one. Alright, well, that little optimization shortcut came in handy right there. We'll activate the paint behind feature. Just kind of build up a little outline right there, just on the edge. We'll run that optimization command out, tweak it. We'll just leave it at that. It'll be just moved to the back anyways. It's just there to be filler. It doesn't really need to be anything special. One, two, three, four, five. This one will cheat. Modify shape. Expand somewhere in here. Expand fill. Let's do 2 pixels. Maybe we should have gone with 3 or 4. Modify shape. Expand fill 4. Alright, I'll select everything and then paste it back in place in the same exact spot but in the same frame. And that's how we'll do that. It seems like we need to make that butt a little bigger too. Or maybe not. All right. Hey man, how's it going, One Gun? Yeah, I got a little bored. I figure I'd get some work in, you know. How you doing? So this leg looks a little bit weird. I'll find a way to fix that, make it a little bit better looking. Or maybe that's not the point. Maybe the point is I need to fix this bottom leg. Let's see what that looks like. No. It looks like crap. We'll come back to that. I do know I need to fix this area here with the joint. Excuse me. But I don't know if moving the hand is the right choice. Let's see how that looks. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Oh, come on. Do 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 do. Just a few more sprites to replace. I mean, really, all this stuff on this side here, I can go ahead and delete those because those are just going to be mirrored anyways. Let's see here. Make it a little bit more efficient for now. Tweaking this 1, 2, 3, 4, this fifth angle, that's gonna be a little bit on the fun side, I guess. Okay, just making sure I have that layer. Get rid of it completely and just focus on the outer part of the hand. The reason I'm having to redo these hands and not just recolor them is because they need to match the art style of the new modified character, and the new modified character has more rounded features and not so straight. Otherwise, it would have been just a lot easier to just recolor these hands. But at least by doing it this way, I'm ensuring a more consistent look and feel of the modified of the derivative character in terms of its relationship with the template that I'm deriving it from. Do 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 do. Alright, I had to answer some text messages real quick. I am back. See, I could just recolor the sprites underneath, but I'm giving the new hand more rounded features. So ultimately, it blends in a little bit better with the overall style of the new character. That's a weird finger. Let's fix that. One more. Burp, 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 burp. Just gonna go through each one of these frames and run that optimization pass real quick. Oh man, this is such a breeze. And I'm just applying 25% optimization. It's not really destroying too much. I mean, if I go 1, 2, 3, see, it already starts destroying it there. So that's a 75%. So 25% is more than enough. But I probably should have colored it in before I started doing that. Alright. So I probably need to do a close large gaps thing. Yeah, that's not too bad. Burp, 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 burp. Let's grab us a sample of the fingernail. Just in case I lose it. I'm gonna paint with this fingernail color. We got paint behind mode turned on. Paint normal. Control F3 brings up the properties panel somewhere. I don't see it. It's somewhere on one of the monitors. Let's see. There it is. Let's try 4. Let's see what 4 looks like. Okay, that looks good. So let's paint with a 4. Now that's weird right there. Let's see if we can fix it. All right, just a few more steps. This is another one that I was able to streamline. Another process. First, the optimization step. That definitely saved a lot of time. Stop it. But this particular shading step definitely saves a lot of time. I just go okay, next frame. This is the easiest self-shading technique ever. Alright, so now we just select the parts that are going to become cell shades and convert them to shades through our handy dandy easy process shadow maker. Bam. So yeah, it may have taken us a little while to put together the command and the shortcut key for that, but you know what? The amount of time that this saves, or has saved me since I did that, is priceless. I should probably include the fingernails as part of that shading. Let's try that again. There we go. So basically the way this thing is working is that I'm selecting a shape or a series of colors and stuff, and I'm applying a custom command that transforms that color or that shape into its own symbol and overlays it on top of the original colors. But it overlays it, it changes the color to black and it overlays it at 25%. So the effect is that it creates a transparent shadow on top of everything. And the benefit of that is that when I import this into Cartoon Animator, I can change the color of whatever is underneath, and the shading will always be on top of that. So you're going to have a monochromatic shade regardless of whatever color you change it to. Alright, so now that I have the shadows, I can just turn on this multiple frames option thing, and I could just get rid of all these little artifacts. But I could just double click here and delete, double click there and delete. This is an easy way to get rid of a lot of the guidelines that I created in order to make those cell shades. So all the obvious ones will be easily removed without me having to do too much moving around. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple more left, but now I could just go frame by frame and find the remaining ones. And there was only one remaining one. So that's good. We'll get rid of the original template version and we'll leave behind that. And what I'm going to do here is, actually, you know what, I'm going to do this across the board. Everything that's here, everything that's within this area, I'm going to turn into the skin color. Oh shit, it should have happened across the board. Let's try this again. Alright, everything that's within there should be this color now. Hopefully. Let's see. Didn't work 100%. Why didn't it work? I don't know. That's a lot of them. Okay, let's try this again. We'll go here. We'll select this entire area. Let's select the skin, click on that. Now, let's see. It's good enough. Gotta fix a couple little random things. Okay, I can deal with that. So now, instead of configuring each body part individually, since all of the hands are created within this sprite, I can just click the automatic configuration button, and it'll go through all the frames, select everything that's within each frame, and convert that into its appropriate named symbol. And it's done. So everything's been confirmed. For example, here at number 5, we selected. It's a movie clip and with the number 1 designation. So not bad. Not too shabby. So any other angle that is using this particular hand, I don't know if there is one. But if there was, it would have been updated. It's a unique hand, apparently. That's good. That's cool. So here's where we're at now. That's the hand that we just built. It looks pretty good in the context of the overall character. It's got the style, the color. Not too bad. So I need to do, like, this hand is the same as that one. So when I fix this one, that one will immediately go. I think these two are the same, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. So let's see here. No, this one and this one are definitely not the same. So these two hands are pretty much unique. What do these look like? Yeah, those are pretty unique hands too. I have a feeling that this hand is the same as these over here though. Okay. Let's work on this one. Probably gonna be lazy about this one. It's probably not gonna be used that often. So in this one, I think I am just gonna colorize them. I might add a little bit more flair and tweak out the colors and stuff, the fingernails and the shading. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if it doesn't come out right, then I'll just make them from scratch like I did the other ones. I'm gonna do them one at a time. So far, so good. Let's apply some shading junk. Excuse me. That's going to be a complicated piece of cell shading. It's supposed to be easier, not harder. See, this stuff doesn't even have to be all perfect or anything. It just has to be good enough to look good from far away. Sometimes I could be a little too much of a perfectionist though. Because it's vector and it's like infinite zoom resolution. I feel like, oh my god, I have to get it perfect even in like this most minute details, you know? And the reality is, most people are not going to be paying this close attention to it. This stuff is never going to be like right in front of you at that level of zoom. I think I need to buy a bigger stream deck. Something with more buttons. I find that this particular stream deck does not have nearly enough buttons for all my keyboard shortcuts. It's just like the next bigger one is it's too big. It takes up too much room on the desk. So let's see what this looks like. So both of these are done. These fingertips look a little dark though, but, you know, that's just a consequence, I guess. Of the shading from that angle, but yeah, it looks fine. It blends in just fine. I was pretty sure that this hand was the same as this hand. Let me compare them, because if I can save myself a little bit of work, 15 minutes of work, it's worth it. Let's do the automatic configuration part. That's been done. And this one becomes invisible. All we gotta do is double click to bring it back out. Yeah, from a layering standpoint, it doesn't need to be there. Push it all the way to the back. Alright, so let's take a copy of this hand and place it over here and compare it. It looks different. It's a different hand. I wonder how different are they? Is that really necessary for them to be two different hands? Because the angle is slightly different. Let's see, this is 11. Let's look at its number, 11. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely different angles. I wonder why it did that. I don't think that was necessary to have that. But wow, that's a lot of work that I did on that one to make sure it was a unique hand. Now that I look at it, which hand would be the better option? That's very interesting. Why did I do that? There must have been a reason for me doing that. Because this, for example, this is Sprite 553. I could just go in here and do swap symbol. Swap it with 553 and call it a day. Mm-hmm. I have no idea why I did that the first time around to begin with. There's got to be a reason why I did that. I'm trying to think why. Like that hand, for example, also. That's an interior hand. It's probably the same as this one. But I could probably get away with that one too, 553. Let's see here. Swap symbol. Yeah, I mean, it works. And I could do it on that one too. Let's not cheat too much. Let's see what this one looks like. Swap 553. I think it just needs to be modified, transform, flip horizontal. Yeah, that just looks weird. But it kind of works. Yeah, that works just fine. You know what? Let's do that because it doesn't make a lot of sense to like go through all these things and make them 100% unique when these other hands work just fine. I don't have to do all this extra work for, you know, for something that's not even that visible. 553, 553. Alright, and that saved me about an hour's worth of work. Let's fix the feet. What time is it? How long have I been streaming? Let's check on the time. Maybe we should just take a break and come back tomorrow. An hour and 10 minutes. And it's 12:30 a.m. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna resume tomorrow. The only thing I have left to do really is finish off these hands and the feet, and then we can start configuring everything in Cartoon Animator. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Let me do 15 more minutes or so. I'm gonna try to polish off some of this. Do 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 do. This stuff is barely visible, but every now and then it is, so. The only real important things from this particular angle is the hands, the top of the hair, and the feet. Some of the arms and stuff, yeah, I guess that'll show up sometimes when you do like front facing stuff, but they're not that important. So this stuff here is going to be orange. I guess I could do it. I mean, it's not going to be very obvious. I don't think I have to go through all the trouble of putting in the wrinkles and stuff. It's just fluff in the background. Although I might have to tweak these a little bit more to make them bigger, match the robes a little bit better. Because whenever he sits down and like crosses his legs or something like that, this might be a little bit more obvious. So I might have to come back and fix these or adjust them a little bit more. But we'll see what it looks like after we brought it into Cartoon Animator and tested them out. So this is going to be like that turban and some white hair and stuff. That's not too bad. So I do have to adjust the angles and stuff for this one too and fix the feet. I'll do that tomorrow, or I guess later today technically, but yep, calling it a night. Anybody watching this, have a good night, y'all.